Welcome to Doing Business in Rwanda. I'm your host, Derek Mohanji. Stay with us to explore new partnerships, growth opportunities, and innovation between Nordic nations and Rwanda. In April, more than 100 Nordic and Rwandan entrepreneurs and leaders gathered in Kigali for 2 days to forge partnerships that could reshape their relations.
This forum has gathered Nordic companies, meaning mainly from Finland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, investors, but also academic institutions. And the objective is to forge partnerships, but also to build on existing ones and enhance the partnerships and expand the collaborations between our country and the Nordic countries. Yeah, I would say that Rwanda has a long-lasting, good cooperation with the Nordic countries, and the new development that I might talk about are very fast speed in our collaboration with Finland. As you could see, 70% of the participants to this conference or forum came from Finland. So that's a testament of the good move, the positive mood, and mainly from the education system.
For decades, Rwanda-Nordic relations have accelerated, especially in education, and with this forum, the relationship is expected to extend to business and investment.
Well, I would say this forum, for example, and many other forums that have taken place, are to a large extent awakening to the Nordic countries. Majorly, they have not been key players in East Africa, so to speak, and in Rwanda in particular. They will be in specific small time areas or agencies. They work with NGOs, they work with small programs with government. So they look at limited funding to specific programs, but they haven't been as open as, say, the East, Asia, China, India, in doing business with Rwanda and with the region.
Has never been a better time to come to Africa and most importantly to Rwanda because despite the shift and the changes, there is continuous growth in this country and the prospect is just too bright to ignore. We love to be at the forefront of innovation, and what that means is you simply have to be able to take in more risk than anybody else is willing to, and I think we've proven, we have track record in the sense that we've seen ideas come to life, and as I said, we're just doubling down on those efforts and making sure that we now capitalize on the fruitful innovations that have happened to show the rest of the world that it has been possible and it's still going to be possible. So this morning, today, I said that this is more than just a forum. It is a call to action. And I believe that we've talked about Rwanda's efficiency, the Nordic region's efficiency. And I believe that through this efficiency, we'll be able to materialize this quick and fast and really start seeing a lot more influx from the Nordics into Rwanda. So my wish is that this happens sooner than later.
Well, I would say this forum, for example, and many other forums that have taken place, are to a large extent awakening to the Nordic countries. Majorly, they have not been key players in East Africa, so to speak, and in Rwanda in particular. They will be in specific small time areas or agencies. They work with NGOs, they work with small programs with government. So they look at limited funding to specific programs, but they haven't been as open as, say, the East, Asia, China, India, in doing business with Rwanda and with the region. You see, consumption of the East is also a product of need. Need is a product of ability to purchase. Ability to purchase is a product. So it's a whole cycle. Now, when you look at the East, when you look at Asia, their needs, their population, the population drives the need drives industry to perform, industry creates jobs, industry requires materials. So it's a whole chain and provides jobs, avails money to the economy, so it keeps the economy moving. Nordic countries simply have to wake up and know where the world has reached. Look at how East Africa, for example, Rwanda in particular, how much we work with India, how much we work with China. Greatest extent. As a matter of fact, for the Nordic countries to catch up with where China is, it will take them quite some time.
Which is what we encouraged everyone to do in this room today. So we've always prioritized it, that's the good thing. And in every scenario, whether good or bad, there's opportunity. And so we're just doubling down on the efforts to materialize on this opportunity, given the geopolitical situations that are happening, the shift, as you mentioned. I think this is just a way for us to redirect our efforts in areas where maybe it hasn't been so as fruitful, and tell the world or tell the rest of the population that hasn't necessarily been looking at Africa that now is the time.
And taking this opportunity is Dr. Jerry from Sweden, who has come to Rwanda with the hopes of opening a medical facility.
Yes, and we have come here to build a company. I think Rwanda as a country, I've been here now for 24 hours, maybe less. Very kind environment, very safe, very clean environmentally, and I am surprised. And as far as I know, by now I think everything is going very smoothly and everyone is ready to collaborate. We are expecting infrastructure support and to raise awareness, because there are many diseases yet, and it's not only about Rwanda, it's about East Africa, to try to build this facility for Rwanda, to train the future doctors, train the future bioanalyticers, and hopefully one day we can decrease morbidity and mortality. All around the world there are like around 30 to 40% death just from the autoimmune diseases, and this can be prevented. Well, I'm not a politician. I cannot talk on that level so high, but I would say that in particular Rwanda, they are ready to collaborate, and they want to have a near collaboration with all the countries that can bring their expertise and their resources here.
Among others looking to benefit from Rwanda's cooperative business environment is Marcus Silverberg, the founder of sustainable construction solutions company called Block Solutions.
The main material, the binder itself, is recycled plastics, and we're accompanying that with different fibers. Textiles, we can use wood fiber, we can use coconut husk, sugarcane, whatever, mix it together, and then we compress that into building blocks. Well, I would say, let's say, as an apple to an apple, it's slightly higher in pricing, but let's say when you can think that you can build 1 square meter wall in just 3 minutes, it's saving on the labor cost and the time of erection. Like, for example, we started building a house. We built a house in 12 days, and the comparable house was built in 6 months. So you can guess out of that where the savings are coming from. We have actually already secured some land over here in Rwanda to set up a factory over here. The factory itself is not too big. It's about only 300 square meters, but the output is high. We can produce with the blocks. We can actually build up to 2,400 homes every single year in a small 300 square meter factory. And we see it as a huge potential. We built, for example, in the past 16 months on the island of Lombok in Indonesia, we built 200 schools over there with the factory on the island from the plastic waste from that island, employing local people. That is actually the point. That's why we're here. We have a local partner over here who is willing to set up the factory here, and we will give the training, we will give the machinery, and then they will start the production locally.
While businesses turn to Rwanda, Rwandan entrepreneurs are ensuring investors have the right tools to navigate the market.
We focus on trying to connect businesses with our market. So we look at product market fit or service market fit, we look at go-to-market strategies, and at the heart of that is feasibility studies. Now, traditionally, feasibility studies are focused on the inputs and the outputs of your business, but very little do they actually focus on the aspect of market understanding. And one of the things that we try to do as a company is we help investors, we help even companies locally that are trying to get products to market understand the market better. We do have some products internally as a company that we allow businesses to plug into, but even on an individual basis, we work with different companies and we consult for them. Now, when it comes to de-risking investment, at the heart of it, of any business or any investment you're going to make, is understanding, is there a customer for what I'm trying to produce? And when you're coming from the outside in, it's very easy to look at macro indicators and think that your product will sell in a particular market. But we go the step further and actually tell you on the ground what the realities are when it comes to pricing your product, potential factors that will affect your ability to do what you need to do. And then there's stuff like models we apply to our consulting, like Hofstede's cultural model. So we try to see if even the way you go about selling your product, naming your product, packaging your product, does it make sense for the customer? Because you find in some markets it does not, there are cultural connotations towards even the name you have for your product. So when you say certain things, even customers are like, the market are like, that is actually not a product we'd want to buy because of the name. So that's what we offer clients.
My company does geospatial technologies and also employ young people who come from university who are really depressed, wondering if they will get job or not. So what we do, we bring them to our co-working space. We support them with different initiatives. We teach them how to practically do what they learned in geospatial technologies, but also we train them on customer service experience to prepare them to be ready for the market. And you can understand that also help them to not get into depression while they are waiting for the jobs. Yeah, money comes from networking. So here today there is Rwanda Nordic Business Forum. So I just came here to learn about the investors and also get connected. Also, you never know, I may get collaborators, investors, partnerships. So what I expect today is to get right people to partner with and also help the Rwandan community and data-driven initiatives to go forward.
Since I came here, I like Rwanda too much. Rwanda, I consider it as my second country, and everything in Rwanda I saw is very, very good. Climate, people, dealing with patients, everything is very, very good. So, Abajo International Hospital invite expert doctors all over the world. So we are looking to invite different organizations and different hospitals to make a partnership, to make cooperation between different hospitals. That's finally to provide a good medical services for different Rwandese patients all over the country.
As Rwanda and Nordic countries continue to strengthen their partnership, one key question remains: what groundbreaking innovations will this collaboration yield? CNBC Africa will continue to bring you the latest updates and insights from the world of business. I've been your host, Derek Mohanji.